Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, hello. Alright, I'm just trying to see if anybody is entering this chat here. So that way someone can confirm to me that my sound is working. Nobody watches, so nobody's going to do that, but I'm just going to go on the premise that it is working. I did some testing before, so hopefully everything's good. This will be the last of the live streams for me. This is final testing of the software I'll be using to make my upcoming commentary videos. I'll be doing it kind of like this, but pre-recorded, so that way I can speed things along and do them a lot easier. So hopefully if someone can just confirm in the chat, just type in the chat, yes, I can hear you, that'd be great. Okay, I see it. I got it. All right. Sweet. Thank you. The one person watching. But anyways, so I'm going to just go over basically I was going to make a bunch of videos on the current situation going on with Trump. I try not to I don't want to like flood my content with just Trump videos because there's only so much you can say. I prefer to say things once and be done with it. You know, I don't really like to ramble on and continuously make videos on the same topic over and over and over again. I think it's redundant and pointless. So I'm just going to do it in this live video. It'll be re-uploaded, so you'll be able to watch it and share it and whatever. So I'm just going to kind of get into it. So basically, you know, I made a video a couple months ago, a little bit before the election, and I've always said for years that I think Trump is a strong contender for the Antichrist. This may upset some people, but I'm just going to say it. It doesn't matter if you believe in God. It doesn't matter if you believe in Satan. What matters is those in power believe in Satan. They are trying to make these things happen regardless. They are following these things and they are trying to bring it forth into the world. I don't know for sure if Trump is the Antichrist, but he has all the makings of those things. He comes in peace. He comes for change. He's able to manipulate the people. He's able to grab all these quote-unquote Christians, these people. He's able to bring them all together and to manipulate them and to make them think that he's here to save us and that he's a true Christian and this, that, and the other thing. And he even told us, he said it a million times, that he's a snake. He's a snake, but you knew I was a snake when you brought me in, or whatever the quote is. So he's letting us know exactly what he is. You know, and then you have, where is it? And then you have, give me 1 second, this type of thing, Barron Trump, his son, which I thought was weird. I just realized this today. He's 6'9", which I find kind of interesting because I was doing readings on Nephilim and all those kinds of things. You know, you can see all those kinds of connections there. And then you're looking at Elon Musk's connection to Trump and to Saturn and his prior symbolism that he has given us with the way he dressed, how he dressed like the Baphomet. I mean, it's ridiculous. The costume was the what was it, the champion of Baphomet or whatever. I mean, these people are telling us, you know. And then the Barron Trump novels. I mean, it's ridiculous. All this predictive programming. This is a whole nother. The Barron Trump thing is a whole nother rabbit hole to dig down into. I was thinking maybe doing, if people are interested, getting a copy of the books and doing an audiobook reading on the channel just so people could see how ridiculous it is. But that would take quite a bit of time. So I'd have to really, see if people are really that interested in that, or at least be able to read parts that relate to what's going on right now. So those are some interesting possibilities. And then you look at the hierarchy of the this is the Satanic Church, the Church of Satan's hierarchy. The highest degree in the Church of Satan is MAGA or Magus, and then they're talking about dark MAGA, all this nonsense with Trump and what's his name, Musk. Just I think he twittered it or whatever the word is, tweeted it. So I mean, all these things going on, like with Trump, Musk. I mean, Musk is a very wicked person. I mean, he's an animal abuser. He's killed tons of animals doing this brain chip nonsense. So I mean, that alone is bad stuff you have right there, right? Some pretty wicked stuff that would make you consider maybe not being interested in, being supporting someone like this, or believing that they're for the greater good, or for the good or whatever. So with that being said, there's also, he did warp speed. I mean, it's like these people, these Christian people, quote unquote Christians, they hold on, let me take a drink of my seltzer here, hold on. These Christians, they have like selective amnesia with that. They like pretend like it never happened. Oh, he was forced to do it by Fauci, blah blah blah. Who the hell do you think hired Fauci? He vouched for the guy. And both of these bozos are two stand-ins anyway, two puppet stand-ins for much darker forces that are behind the scenes, and people aren't getting it. Like I had a friend who was basically, I was on the phone with this guy, or not on the phone, I was on Facebook with this guy and arguing with him about Trump. And we were like going back and forth about everything, and he was saying he was saying I'm wrong, you don't know jack shit, you don't know. And I'm like, listen, it's two sides of the same coin. Left and right are here to divide us. They want to keep us divided so we can't come together and end this nonsense. And he's like, oh, you're wrong, you're a liberal. But I'm like, I am not a liberal. I'm telling you right now, I'm not a liberal. I'm not a Democrat. I don't believe in it because it doesn't exist. Then I just said, you know what, screw this. I just blocked the guy. And then like a couple, maybe like 3 days later, like a week later, whatever, he sends me this text, and he's like, basically, he's, those sayings that all the quote unquote right wingers say, like he's like, oh, he sends a picture of the meme of like the lesbian with the yellow jacket screaming after Trump was elected or whatever, and he sends this thing. It's like, stop whining, like stop whining, he won, you liberal cuck or something like that. It's like, bro, how many times did I just tell you I'm not a liberal, I'm not a Democrat, I'm not a Republican, I'm not a conservative. They don't exist, okay? I already told you this. All I'm telling you is that you're being deceived by a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's all I'm telling you. I'm not telling you that if these things did exist, what I would or wouldn't support. Most likely, other than my belief in animal rights, I probably would be more leading towards being a conservative. But they don't exist. So therefore, I'm not going to support something that I don't believe in, because it's not real. And I'm trying to wake people up so they aren't deceived by this creep. I mean, he's really is. And it's the title. I titled this live stream The Great Deceiver, because he is. He's been able to deceive the public. And, after that whole incident that happened with the trying to think of a way to say it so I don't get censored here, the pew pew in the ear, with that whole situation, I mean, with the golden ear, they did something with the golden ear. And then that relates to other symbolisms, right? I don't want to go too far because at this point I don't know what YouTube's gonna do, but it basically, I mean, it was able to make people think that this man is a victim of something when it's so clear that the entire thing that happened was a staged event I mean, the guy just, who gets up and holds their fist up in the air and makes a comment like that after they were attacked? Any normal person, I don't care who you are, you could be Captain America, Black Panther, Silver Surfer, whatever. If you get smacked in the ear, right, your first instinct is to run the hell out of there, to duck down and get out of there. Instead, he stands up with the fist, and it just happens to graze him and not hurt him, and then he's fine after that, and it's like nothing, no damage whatsoever. Like a week later, he had a bandage for 2 days or something. They took it off, and it was just like he was campaigning, and it was like it never happened. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, the whole thing. And then here we are now with this, and the whole point of this nonsense is because they want to bring together, and this is what I think, a very, very, very big divide between different racial groups, different ethnic groups, and religious groups. I already saw some things going on that they are, they are, there were these like Nazis or whatever somewhere. I don't remember which city it was, but it was clear it was staged. They're trying to drive this narrative that there's these big groups of racist people, and these people are oppressed, and these people this or that. They just want to keep people at each other's throats so they can never come together, band together and put an end to this nonsense. So that's more or less what's going on with everything that's going on right now. So I just wanted to get that out there. I don't really have much more to ramble about Trump. I've done a lot of videos in the past too about how I feel about him and what he is and what his purpose is in this agenda. So this live stream will serve as kind of the last video for that, unless something really big comes up on this. This will be up. So, and then last topic before I get out of here, because whether I'm live streaming or making videos, I don't do anything for too long because people have very short attention spans these days. I think people's attention spans are like 2 minutes. But we had a lot of this situation with the wildfires and things like that, and I really wanted to do a video on it, but I was actually kind of scared because it was so insane. So there's a bunch of like Facebook groups that talk about the wildfires, fire reports, things like that. Well, some girl posted on this group on Facebook. She was just walking. She was walking near the woods, and it was not in my town, but in my county. And she was just walking near the woods, and she saw a ring of fire. I have the footage. I got it from her, so I have it. I was thinking on doing a video on it, but I'll think about it. But it was a ring of fire in a perfect circle, like a literal circle of fire, just burning in a circle. And it was pretty big. It was starting to spin and start to pick up steam, and not steam, but pick up. It was building. The fire was building, but it was circular, and when she posted it, another person chimed in and they said they called the police or they called 911, and fire people came and they actually put the fire out. So the fire went out, but in the fire alerts for where I live, any fire that happens, any single one gets reported. I'll hear my town's alarm go off, and I'm like, oh shit, the fire department, they got a call, they're going somewhere, and I'll check that site, right? Because I'm keeping tabs on everything that's going on in this agenda, and I'll refresh that page, and 10 minutes later, in a town nearby, there's a fire, and they're headed there. Well, this ring of fire, this forest fire that was circular, was never reported by that site, by the news, by anyone. And when I tag all those things with that video and that girl's thing, and she tried to make them aware, they completely ignored it. So this is just something that I'm trying to figure out what this means. But it is very strange that they would cover up or not acknowledge a fire in the woods that was shaped like a ring, a circular ring. It was very, 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 very bizarre. But that's pretty much it. Like I said, I don't keep these things long. This is going to be the last live stream. It's not really something that I enjoy doing. I like to kind of plan things out a little bit better instead of winging it. But this software is going to make things a lot more easy for me to put out content really fast, get the news out quickly, and just upload it as soon as it's done without having to edit anything. So besides adding in an intro and outro, but that's pretty much it. So expect some new content fairly soon, within the next couple days to a week. I got a couple things planned.